Hello, Carl here with Sustainability Theory News. We're over at modernfarmer.com with an article by Brian Barth, 10 drought-tolerant plants to have a bountiful garden with less water. They got a picture of a really nice-looking grapevine, really well established there. But let's get on to it. Tomatoes. They talk about dry farming tomatoes, where you only want to water them when you're first establishing the vine. And so you don't get that watered-down tomato flavor that comes from actually dry farming it. There are some varieties, like heirloom beefsteaks, that do need regular irrigation, but a lot of cherry tomatoes, they call it the early girl, brandywine, black crim, those don't require a lot of water. They got very deep root structures, and they can taste better if you don't irrigate them. Burdock, it's a weed that grows on the sides of roads everywhere. It's got a nice tuber there. It can grow with hardly any water. Prickly pear cactus, all cacti, really grow well in drought conditions, of course. Jujube, it's called the Chinese date. Otherwise, it's not quite a sweet flavor, but it can be a nice little tree there. Fava beans, it is an annual, but it's also a legume that can fix nitrogen from the atmosphere. So it can be great for your garden for many reasons. Pomegranate trees, a lot of trees, they have deep roots. They don't really need much irrigation, but some fruit crops really love irrigation, not the pomegranate. Grapes, again, you don't need irrigation, but it can be helpful. You don't want to give it too much water for similar reason of the tomatoes, where you get that watered down flavor. You want to do some dry farming, wine grapes. Purslane, great crop, almost like a succulent, like a cacti. It has a ton of beneficial omega-3s, I believe. I always forget if it's omega-3s or omega-6s, but it's got the good omega acids. Jerusalem artichoke also has a tuber on the bottom of it, so it's like a cross between an artichoke and a potato, they say. Gulmi, which I call it autumn olive. It grows everywhere where I'm at around Michigan. It's a type of honeysuckle plant. The berries, this is a picture of them when they're plump and ripe. And when they are at this state, the birds and the squirrels and the deer just come and take them all. This tree is also rumored to be a legume, fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere. And unlike most juicy fruits, you do not need a lot of irrigation or water. It's almost an invasive species. But you do not want to eat this while they're unripened, and they're almost like a bar shaped, like a barberry almost. But when they're ripened, they get nice and plump like this. And that's it for this article. Of course, you can follow the link in the description to read more about it. And if you'd like to see more news headlines like this, subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.